Hi everyone. In this video I want to demonstrate something funny that came across my mind a couple of days ago about the sewers. So I will show you how to collect the 4 scrolls in the sewers without activating any button or destroying anything in your way. So note that in a casual run you would need to defeat Fafnir to enter the sewers from the top right. So the sewers are this shaded area right here. You can see that there are 4 scrolls inside, and you would enter from here after defeating Fafnir. In a 100% run, we don't defeat Fafnir, so we enter from the end here. And we need to activate a couple of buttons here to lower the poison and make our way through. And it might still be faster than what I'm going to demonstrate today, I'm not sure. I haven't explored every possibility and I haven't timed it, but I just thought it would be a funny thing to demonstrate and also to showcase the out of bounds that we know how to do now. So first thing that I want to show is that you can go out of bounds from this wall here. So that would lead you to this one. That's not what I want to do in the end, but I will just show that first. So you can go here. This row is not the one I care about. So you stick the axe, you use the usual out of bounds on right walls, like this. And then you can just go up here. And if you go up, you will be taken here. And if you reload, you will respawn on the right there. But that's not what I want to show right now, so I'm just going to go to the left and quit and redo this. Note that here I have all the upgrades and I don't have power slide. I have all the upgrades because it will make my life easier to demonstrate all of this. So the other way is actually to get another scroll that is a little bit tricky. And it's this one here. It's tricky because we don't lower the acid. But you can do it still, and to do that we are going to get out of bounds from here. I also want to show you that there's some kind of ledge here that is invisible, so it's kind of a reverse C or L maybe, not quite sure. But you can use this to your advantage here to go out of bounds. So we want to go out of bounds somewhere here. If you try to do it too high, I think it's not the correct type of wall, or at least to me it seems more difficult. And if you do it too low, it's kind of tricky to go up this pillar from the inside. So I want to try to go out of bounds from here. Either I will stick to the axe with the red cloak, hopefully, or if not, I can try to do a double jump and an up blink to reach the slope on the right, on the top right. So here, okay, I was almost falling down, but I could recover, and I want to go to this part. And again, by just going up, I will be brought to the room that I'm interested in. Now here it's a little bit tricky. So at first, there might be some invisible ceiling above you. Now you see that it's fine, because when I throw the axe, it arrives in the acid. But if not, it means that there's this invisible ceiling. I'm not quite sure exactly if you get this all the time or not. Sometimes it seems like if you wait a bit and the room is properly loaded, you will not have the issue. But here, wow, somehow I died. This wasn't expected. I'm not sure why. So anyway, that's just a good way to show a backup for this if you die or if you don't manage. So the idea is to go back where we were. So either you go back out completely, and I will explain how to do this as well. But you can also back it up from here. You go out of bounds here, and just make your way around. Here, it's funny enough, you can just, slide down here, not an issue, and go on the right, like this. This is the out of bounds that we usually do in runs, and you arrive here. And you should be in a good position again. So let me just try to see where I am. I think, okay, so now it should be good also, because when I throw the axe up, you can see it in the acid. But you can die to the acid here if you jump, for instance, so be careful. If you're blocked by the ceiling, you can try to go to the outside on the right and come back. And I think it should, after a few seconds, it should vanish. So now let's position ourselves with the axe. So I want to be like near, like here. Like the axe is near the edge of the acid, and I will do one blink to the right, just so that I'm not under the acid. And from here, I want to try to jump and get above the scroll. So I will do some infinite jumps to do this. And sometimes like this I die. So here the direction was correct, but I did not go high enough, unfortunately. So let's just do that again. Our nice little backup. I'm really going to the right because I want to avoid grabbing the ladder. So now maybe I need to wait for a few. So now I can move around. Okay, that's fine. One blink to the right. Going up with infinite jumps. Okay, I took a bit of margin there. So I want to arrive here. And to get this scroll, I need to go back inbounds. Remember that the easy out of bounds is on the right rows from the inside. So from the outside you need a wall that is on your left. So I will stick the axe on the edge here, and I will use the red cloak to walk on the wall. So this is a little bit tricky. As you saw, it's very easy to die to that, but it's fine. We have our nice little backup. I could maybe even try to go for it directly, but it's a little bit risky, I think. So just trying to get a better idea of my position with the axe. Infinite jumping. Going there, okay. Let's try again. So here, I'm walking on the wall, and I want to clip back inbounds. Like this. And I could take the scroll, and then you die, it's fine. And you come back here. So we will move on. I just want to show a little thing that I find funny here. In the water, so if you come here, you will float. I'm not pushing any direction now. Let me just put the cloak so that you can see better. But the cloak does not do anything, so I will float. But on the right, you will sink, on the very right, here. And this is not because of the cloak, it happens also without it. I will use the red one so that you see that it's not related to the cloak. So yeah, that was just a funny little thing. So now, what's next? So next, you want to take the scroll that is here. And then we'll go for the one on top. You cannot go out of bounds easily at this stage because you cannot stick the axe in the ground when there's a conveyor. That's also a funny little thing that I wanted to show. Now you just take this scroll. You can go out of bounds here if you want to explore more. This is not what I'm going to use now, but I want to explain how to do it. So stick the axe in the ground, and you see you want Lumina to walk on the wall and then on the ceiling like this, and she will rotate. And when she's rotated like this, just blink to the left, macro to the left, and you will go out of bounds eventually. But I don't want to do this right now because this will mess with my setup. So we take the scroll and we go back up, like this. And we want to take this one, but for now the way is blocked by this door. So how are you going to do it? Well, we're going to go out of bounds from here. And here it's a little bit tricky also, because if you go too far in the out of bounds, you will go into the water, and as I showed to you, you will float. And this will push you up in the room above. Let me show you, it will probably. So this time was fine. But if I go too much to the right, for instance, I'm in the water, and if I go up, okay, obviously Lumina doesn't want to show that now, but if you go to this room, then you cannot really go down, so you need to reload. But it's fine because you still respawn here. So what you want to do is to So the X maybe is a bit high here, but you want to go out of bounds without going up. And to do that, I try to hold left once I'm out of bounds, like this. So here I'm fine. You see, I'm here. So here I want to go left, and you can see already the room above, but as usual, there are these ceilings that block us. So if I try to infinite jump, it's not fine. What I will do is go to the left and re-grab the ladder from the outside. So you just push left, and when you're close to the ladder, or a ledge for that matters, you push right and she will grab and come back in bounds. But we want the scroll and we don't want to push this button. We could go to this button and go out of bounds above it, but it's a bit risky, so I'm not going to take that risk. I'm just going to go out of bounds here, like this, and then I will rotate and push upright and the macro. So like this. Now I'm out of bounds, I can move, and again I will re-enter in bounds from the wall on the right. Here. And I fell down here, but the ceiling that was blocking us now is a floor that helps us to go back here. And again, I'll just go back in bounds with the usual technique, take the scroll, and I could, reload, but why bother? Why not go out of bounds again? So I would just re-grab the ladder as I did before. Nice. So we have one scroll left. Now we could also use the intended path, but that would involve breaking a rock, which I don't really want to do now. So let's just go out of bounds again, like this. And if you remember at this scroll, I said that you could go out of bounds on the left. It would bring you here as well. So either you might be blocked behind a wall on your left and not reach this part. In this case, you can reload. Or here, well, you know the story. You just click back in bounds. And finally, we have one last scroll. So we are going to take it, like this. And we want to exit the sewer, so we are going to go out of bounds again. Now, the other day, I found a setup here to go out of bounds through the floor. I'm still struggling to get it consistently, unfortunately, so I will just put a footage of it right now. So stand right here. Lumina's head is under the edge of the beam in the background. Her foot is next to this small thing in the ground, slightly left. And stick the axe up into this part of the ceiling, slanted ceiling, where it's kind of in between those two small gaps. I'm not sure how to call that. Then go under the handle, rotate with the cloak, and use the macro down. But if you don't want to use that because it feels a bit inconsistent or unsafe, well, fortunately there is an easy backup. You just go to the right here and clip out of bounds from this wall on the right. Like this, and then you go left. So sometimes going to the room on the left doesn't trigger directly, in which case I try to go back right and left again. So sometimes I have to go further to the right, but you see that here it works. So once I'm here, I can just quit, and that's it. We are back here, and we haven't pushed a single button while still collecting all the scrolls from the sewers. So again, I'm not sure if this will be useful for 100% or for something else, but I just found it neat and a cute little trick that you can do with the out of bounds. So I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think and stay tuned for more.